make the plays. The drone's still drowned. It's right in front of Slasher. They get him for a second, but he's by himself. He's getting pinched from both sides. This is nuts.
He is putting down tons of shots. How is Slasher still alive?
I have no idea. He gets another. The drone is reset, though. So all this time, all he's done is at least keep them pinned.
Well, Slasher has gone on an unbelievable seven streak in their base.
There's still a sight in play. The specialists most definitely are not dead. Coming around that corner, looking fierce. 8 seconds and counting. He keeps him safe. He's completely locked it down. Nelson, the bodyguard, is going to scoop it up and make it to 7. That is an astounding round. One to remember.
He gets hit. What a perfect use of that specialist. He stops the dunk from coming in. That is definitely a play to keep in mind. Classic with Afterburner. One player to beat, though, that's wall running as well. He turns around, passes it to his teammate. Mooney moving forward with the drone. He's got overdrive. He's going for the dunk. Is he going to float on in? Oh, that was so anticlimactic. The story of my life as he uses
Hold on, we got to score. It doesn't matter. Yes! The greatest upward play ever. Looks like they should be able to at least put a 2-point play
have an opportunity here.
Yeah, they have an opportunity.
Has to get back.
And he's got kinetic as well, so they have an opportunity to actually make this happen. You're gonna see the drone get into the hands of Optic. Slasher picks up, not able to toss it for yards, though. It's actually gonna be
got this. I think
in the
they have
hands
a
of
chance.
Grim.
He's got to toss it. Turn around. You gotta run. 6 seconds left. They should be able to get the dunk. And there it is. Tie game. Optic Gaming. 3 seconds left. We've got OT.
Try and get a pick here. Nogman's gonna toss in a nade, try and get a hit marker, but I don't think they have any idea spaces in that corner.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Look how cocky this is. He's still alive.
Really?
He flies in, tries to no-scope one. He watches his teammate drop. Is he gonna be able to connect with his thing? There it is. Aqua, man on a mission right now. He buys a second. He's a maniac. He shouldn't be alive in the first place. And then he soars in one. Woo! Aqua, you filthy, filthy man.
My mom supported me for most of my gaming career, and my dad didn't really start supporting me until I won the COD Champs. He also wanted me to keep my grades up, do my homework, study for tests. He just wanted what's best for me, like any parents would. But now they're like full-fledged into it. They have Twitter, and they watch all my videos on YouTube. Everything, they're just very supportive now. I took a semester off college because I just knew I was going to be doing a lot of traveling. It would have just been really tough to keep up in school and to be the best player I could be for my team. I'm a submachine gun player, so I'm always in your face, running at people, do the objective, cover my teammates if they need cover, or just go to the lane that's open. There's just a bunch of them. They're always tweeting us, congratulating us. I'm just going to keep writing it out, keep doing my absolute best. I don't think I have a personal biggest rival, but since we're on FaZe, probably Optic Gaming, because last year FaZe won an event and then Optic won 3. Clayster, myself, Replays, and JCap were on Denial. We beat Optic at Call of Duty Championships and won that tournament, and then Optic won the next 2 tournaments. And then when we formed our new team with myself, Zuma, Enable, and Clayster, we beat Optic 3 times on LAN, and they haven't beat us yet on LAN, so it's really fun when we play them. They're probably the best team in the game. Always love hanging out with them, but when we're in game, we're rivals, we just got to play each other, and it's always really fun because it's always an intense match.
Every day, I probably get 5 tweets on my Twitter asking, how do you become a pro gamer? Do you have any tips? You have to be dedicated, put a lot of time into it. You have to be patient. I've been putting in 8 to 12 hours a day. Eventually, if you're a good player, you'll get recognized. Just from playing video games, they come up and say, hey, dude, I'm a big fan. I appreciate what you do. And I think it's cool that someone wants me to write sharp on a piece of paper because I play video games. Right out of high school, I was traveling a lot. We were going to London. We went to Germany and stuff like that. So, my family is like, why can't you hang out? And I'm like, oh, I'm doing this. I have to play in this tournament. They've been to some of my tournaments. They usually watch all of them online, and my mom will sit there and watch my stream sometimes when I'm playing. So it's nice to have a supportive family. My brothers, they think it's pretty crazy. There was a tournament in Columbus they all went to, and they all had mullet wigs on because my whole thing is mullet nation because I'm from Kentucky. So they were all rocking mullet wigs, screaming in the crowd. So it was pretty cool to see them out there. I think my team this year can go as far as any other team can go. I think we're one of the best teams. Black Ops 2 was Team Caliber's best game as an organization, so I think Black Ops 3 would just be the same thing.
through the night here for the start of Week 10, the first day. So far, we've seen two pretty good matches, but we've seen some blowouts on some maps, a 6-0 S&D for FaZe there, and then a 7-1 CTF win of Luminosity over Envy.
Yeah, did not see the Luminosity one coming. I could have said, you know, oh, FaZe is going to beat CLG.
Yep.
Could have saw that one coming. Not really the fashion. I thought it was going to be a pretty close series. The Envy one really kind of stunned me. This series coming up, though,
That's kind of why I brought that up. This
who
one,
knows where we're
Optic
getting at
Gaming
this
fans, I think, expecting to see some big maps from their team against the likes of Team Caliber. I personally think of Hardpoint as one where OG can really run away with it. Let's talk about this Optic Gaming lineup, Matt. We've seen them really come into form, especially these last few weeks. You know, they caught a hiccup in the 125K,
Yep.
but winning 3 of the 4 online 25K tournaments, this team's looking hot as ever.
And it's so interesting. I think there's a thread on the Reddit where it's who would be the biggest loss for this team? Somebody left or somebody got dropped or whatnot. And you got votes for everybody.
Yeah.
Like across the board. Formal, I think, is a big player for them. I would probably say Crim in that situation. You know, Crim, like kind of that in-game leader.
Yep.
A really strong player. But Formal, I mean, the guy has just been unreal the last 2 years with the assault rifle.
Oh, absolutely. The guy continues to improve, and you wonder where the skill ceiling is in the game. It's a guy like Formal who's defining it. On the other side of things, though, Team Caliber, boy, do they have their hands full tonight. We just kind of said with that Luminosity matchup over Envy, this becomes a match that TK could define their whole season and stage going into that Stage 1 relegation.
It's do or die time for Team Caliber. I mean, they've had a lot of time to, you know, win some games, you know, put together one. Tough matchup going against Formal tonight, though.
You need to go big, Goon. This is it, man. This is a night where your presence on the map from TK is defined by what gunfights Goonjar could win against the likes of Formal in those power positions, especially on the maps we're seeing here in Fringe, Infection, and Fringe for the 3 respawn games.
Even then, it might not be enough, right?
Yeah.
Fringe, Infection, and then Fringe. A lot of maps that it's very difficult to play an SMG.
Definitely.
Scump, one of the better players at it. Who's going to play the SMG and step up for TK?
I mean, Sharp is going to be a guy that you think of. Can he match up against the likes of Scump? That's where you got to worry. Flashbang right off the board from Optic Gaming. No surprise to see a Shiva ban early on. Neither of these teams really enjoy playing with that weapon. Man of War ban, and I immediately looked at you, and Mr. X gave his eyebrows of, what does that mean? You're confused by that one?
I mean, we've seen Formal run the Man of War time and time again.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he's going to go with the M8.
Yeah.
Figure.
I think Formal. I guarantee you Formal's reaction to Skype call went, what? Like what? Okay.
Well, you're going to see stuns, rapid fire, overclock, probably high caliber. You're going to think that one's going to go.
Okay.
There it is. And then last one,
I mean,
Scump.
I don't think Scump's going to ban kinetic armor.
You could potentially see, I think it was like either Karma or Scump like talking about like stock on an SMG, potentially get rid of that, but no, they're going to go get rid of Sim Texas. So you're Optic Gaming.
OG.
You love that Banner Protect. It kind of falls right into your favor. We'll go into the special strap. You see Goon going to go with his trusted Scythe. You know, Karma, go Heat Wave. Crim could potentially go Weapon, could go Active Camo. You're going to see Neslo go Kinetic. There's the Camo on Crim, so you expect a Scythe on Formal, and then you're going to see Kinetic Armor on Scump to round things out for Optic Gaming. And then you probably figure you're going to see Camo on Theory, or they could go Annihilator or Purifier.
Finish things out. Theory going to get that active Camo, Scump with Kinetic Armor, and is it a mirror matchup? Yep, mirror matchup down the board. 3 abilities and 1 weapon on either team. As I mentioned earlier on tonight, we saw Optic experiment once with having 4 abilities on their side when Formal wound up running Overdrive. I believe they lost that map, and then that's when they said, okay, Formal, stick with the Scythe. You're pretty darn good with that lethal ability.
Yeah, you want to put weapons in Formal's hands. Yeah, it does not strike me as the Overdrive.
Oh yeah, no.
Type.
Formal, when you think of a player that should use Overdrive, Formal doesn't come to mind. But as we do before every match, we love the Twitter interaction. I've been reading all the tweets tonight. We mentioned some earlier on. This question: show us how you're watching. With the live event viewer now fully underway, people have been loving it. There's been compliments not only from our scene but other esports scene, seeing like how great of a leap it is to have a live event viewer in your stream. Brings in so many new Call of Duty viewers. Send us your pictures of how you're watching at MattMrX, at CourageJD. Use the hashtag #CWLPS4. And I said yesterday, everyone watching, I want that from. I don't care who you are. Make a Twitter if you need to right now. Send it over. I want to see how you're watching.
You know, the in-game viewer, it's just a tremendous achievement by Treyarch.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people probably did not figure you could do something like that in a console game, and nope, a lot of credit goes to them. They're able to, I mean, all the credit goes to them. They're able to figure it out. It looks beautiful.
Yeah.
Works great. So big props to the guys over at Treyarch.
You know, we mentioned how Black Ops 3 and the COD World League up for a BAFTA award for just overall what's going on in the competitive scene. I think a live event viewer is definitely a big reason why
Huge.
It could win that award. I fully think we're deserving of it. I think we've done a pretty good job over here. Either way, though, TK fans, they are nervous right now. Their team's opportunity to move out of the relegation hangs in a matchup like this. They've had a rough stage so far. I worry, too, because I feel like the maps don't favor them at all either.
If I'm a TK fan, I probably think of the word, like, past nervous. Like, what's more than nervous? Like, I don't know.
Dreading what's to come?
Yeah. Kozdov's, like, pacing around in the TK house right now. Is it Kozdov or
Kozdev,
Kozdef?
I think. Kozdev.
I don't know. It just all looks the same.
I love Justin.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Either way, I'm going to embrace him the next time
I'm just going to call him Justin.
Hopefully for
I'm not
good
going to
reasons.
call him Kozdef or Kostov. I'm going to keep... Maven said if I agreed to call him Kostov forever, that he would call him Kostov. So I think me and Maven have created a pact that we are just going to call him Kozdov until people kind of catch on. Maybe he'll end up having to change his name, but it's going to be Fringe Hardpoint. That third Hardpoint over by Grandma's. Keep your eye out for that one. Whoever wins that, going to win this game, and definitely needs the one that Team Caliber needs to put the most emphasis on controlling.
I'm watching Sharpeisha off the start. He's going to have his hands full this game. You need him to match the slaying power of Scump. And while I do love Sharp, I worry if he can get that done. Off the start, Trophy's already in the hard point. He's been tagged up by an AR sitting in that top barn area, and he falls before even entering in the hard point.
You're going to see Theory pick up, too. I thought Theory had a really good week last week. He's going to start things out 3-0, and he's a player who can make a big impact. We've seen it before. He's really taken over games, especially against teams, you know, like Optic Gaming. You know, he's had some big performances against them. Scump's going to be pushing through Z. He's going to eat a little bit of a teammate nade there. He's going to get taken out before that happens. And Goon, he's the one we talked about pregame. Needs to have a big game. Main AR for this team needs to put up some big numbers. He's trying to put some shots down on some guys in the middle of the map, and it's going to be Optic Gaming winning 3 gunfights. Formal calls in an HC.
And look, he's
able
point.
to take out 1, and yeah, Formal inside of the hill. He's actually 5-0, so that kind of went under our radar a little bit.
How much does it affect your team, Matt, when you can rely on your AR player to sit in the hill and still start off 6-0?
I mean, he's a Formal's silly at this game. Like, he was really good during Ghost. You see Crim just shoot Karma in the back for absolutely no reason.
It's a personal issue.
Formal was really good during Ghost. He was really good during AW. I think this is the game where he's really kind of coming into his own. As I don't want to say like, we see the host and the game. They don't have to get clarification on why.
No big deal.
And yeah, so game starts off. You know, Formal's pretty hot, but as I was saying, I think this is the game where he's kind of put everything together, and he is just a dominant force.
Yeah,
dominant force.
He's it's definitely an opportunity here for the likes of Optic to get out to an easy game 1 win and move into that S&D up 1-0. Either way, though, on a map like Breach, if we look forward in the series, either way, what happens at the hard point, on a map like S&D Breach, which I feel the S&Ds in this series are really going to dictate TK's opportunity to have a chance to take this one home. Who do you trust with a sniper in the hands of TK to try to get those first bloods to give them an advantage in rounds?
It's got to be Theory.
Yeah?
When you're doing S&D.
Okay.
Theory's the guy who's going to be the sniper for this team. Not going to really see it on any of the other guys for TK. And I don't know if he's a sniper or if Optic needs to ban out against. I think, you know, Karma could pick up the sniper rifle, Formal as well. So I'm not really too worried about that in S&D if I'm Optic.
Well, certainly, as we get this one all figured out, just waiting for one player to join back up on in. Shouldn't take too long here. Also in this series, you know, we saw Infection Uplink earlier on, how players were making it work. We saw Saints getting it done with the sub, swapped over to that AR for Fringe. If there's a hybrid role between these two teams that's going to swap between those submachine guns, then over to an AR depending on the map, who would it be for these two lineups?
It's going to be Karma on the side of Optic Gaming. Some maps will see him run an SMG, help out Scump. Some maps will see him run an AR when you want 3 ARs. He's going to be the guy that goes back and forth. And I think Krim to an extent as well. On the side of Team Caliber, going to look at Theory. I mean, that one he starts off with an AR. He can run an SMG as well. And then on Neslo, time and time again, you will see him switch back and forth.
Neslo, someone who we haven't mentioned too much so far tonight. A guy who is his own self-motivator a lot of times. He's the one that will go back, watch theater, watch over things, get himself hyped back up. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Either way, though, Jeremy, always hungry for the victories with TK. I just worry about them against Optic Gaming tonight. We mentioned that tomorrow they face Elevate as well. That's no easy matchup at all on top of that.
No, not at all. I think this is well, TK needs a 1-in-1 week to even stay alive. 2-0 would be ideal.
Yep.
They drop both of these matches, they're done.
Yeah, I think the one thing that they kind of have going for them is some of the lower teams like CLG, GT potentially tonight could have some rough nights. And so that could kind of help clear them from that bottom half of relegation. They just need to keep up with the guys that are in that 7th, 8th spot, who are just narrowly outside the zone. Looks like the game is starting back on up. Fringe Hardpoint, yet again, will be the map. Maybe Formal will match that strong start he had in that first run through.
Yeah. I mean, the game wasn't really, nothing really is
it was almost tied.
Gone on in it, yeah. So players loading into the game right now should get this one started up right away. It's going to be Team Caliber against Optic Gaming. This will be our 3rd series of the night. If you're just tuning in, it was Luminosity able to take out Envy in a 3-1. Then it was FaZe able to take out CLG earlier in a 3-0 fashion. So our first 2 matches.
And then finally, after this one, be sure to stay tuned. That's going to be Rise Nation versus Dream Team. Really, for me, Dream Team's, that's it. That's it, right? If they lose that, I think that's it for their stage 1.
Pretty close, already being done.
Well, off the break to this one as things get gloomy. We're watching Crimsix this time. He's got that AR for OG. You said he's one of the guys that can swap over depending on what's necessary for his team. Always a very versatile player. So popular to toss an A towards that white truck. For that reason right there, don't let the AR player get comfortable in that position. And Optic have came out in force in this reset as they're already in control of the hill.
You're going to see Neslo and Sharp both picking up kills. They're getting into the middle, and Neslo's going to pick up another one. You see Karma trying to rotate out of tracks, but it's on Neslo and Sharp here. The early outsets, they were able to do a nice job, put some pressure on the side of Optic Gaming, but it's going to be Formal and Scump picking up some kills. Crim now as well. So Optic Gaming's going to charge towards the middle hardpoint.
Oh, most certainly. And you can see Neslo had a solid start. He found his way through that small room, caught the players off guard top barn. Sharp now pinching in from bricks. Very even game, contest heavy in that first hard point. You don't really expect anyone to get out to too big of a lead here. It really comes down to that auto area, and the auto hard point is a hill that we've seen Optic kind of struggle with at times. I did an interview with, I believe it was Karma back in the 25K a while ago, where the reason why this map was so close was because OG failed to rotate and failed to hold down this hill. Here you're seeing it off the start. Sharp getting control of Dark Hall. We'll see how long TK can lock this one down.
Well, it's a little bit like how they were in Advanced Warfare, where they don't have to rotate early when you have people just slay out like this.
They just muscle through just like this.
Yes, they just kind of rely on their aim and just skill, and like, hey, we'll give you those early, few seconds in the hard point. We can trust in our Slayers that we're going to be able to just charge at you and win those gunfights and break it. You see Formal here with an HC. He's actually going to drop, calling it in. Goon just doesn't hear it coming to his left. It's going to be Karma able to pick up one. Now it's going to be Optic Gaming in control of the hard point.
You couldn't be bothered to look at it as you've still got Karma in the hill. One more kill, he earns that HC.
Questioning if Formal can get off to a good start yet again. He is 12-5.
Formal is the king of good starts in games, and look at this. This is a man with a smile on his face. He's sitting at home, covered in protection here on this back rails area. He's just going to watch over, see if anyone is pushing through that rail side. Now he'll pick up Tin. He'll see one player on his screen. Does he snap over? He does, but Sharp gets the better of him there as the break begins to come in for Team Caliber.
Is he the best player in the game right now?
Formal? It's funny as, for me, it's between Formal and Scump, honestly. I know they have two different roles, but you think of their respective roles, I think both of them are the best in the game.
I think Formal might be the best player in the game right now.
Ooh, I'm going to say Scump.
No, I think...
Nope, I don't want to hear it.
Okay, well... I think Search and Destroy, Formal brings a lot to the table. So, a little bit off topic, but it's going to be Scump picking up some kills, locking it down over on auto side. And you see TK just trying to throw smokes, get near the hard point, but now the AR's starting to pick up some kills for Optic Gaming over on track side. You see Theory trying to rotate over there early. You have Scump coming through mid-map. He should be able to put some pressure on as well. As you see, he's got his kinetic armor. I wonder if he likes to use it as he pushes up. See an HC come in there. It's going to quickly get taken out. Now you see TK able to control tracks, down by a lot though.
So now this is where you begin to look at the slaying in a game.